Hi, I'm Bill Winterberg of FPPad. I'm here at the T3 conference in Dallas, Texas, and here with me is Alex Murguia. Alex, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Bill, for having me.
Great, Alex. Well, you are managing principal for McLean Asset Management, but you also have really diversified some of your activities into the financial planning software. You started a company called inStream. Tell me a little bit about the background and genesis of inStream.
Sure. The genesis of inStream was, as advisors, we're all entrepreneurial at heart, and about 2 years ago, just trying to systematize our firm, McLean, you started looking at the spectrum of software solutions relative to what can enable you to build out your firm. And I came to the realization that although there's a lot of good stuff out there, there were still some things that were missing that frankly didn't allow me to run through the tape from a client servicing perspective. And instead of waiting around for version 5, 6, or 7 to come out for a particular system, I thought, well, you know what? Let's just do this ourselves.
So I imagine that you've made a considerable investment in developing the inStream platform, but as I understand it, you're giving the platform away for free to advisors.
Correct.
Tell me the decision process behind that.
Well, the decision process is, there's a couple of layers to it. The first one is, frankly, point blank, I'm fortunate enough to be managing principal of a fairly successful wealth management firm, so that allows me to bootstrap the company, at a significant pace without necessarily worrying about what's going to come in next week or something like that. Now, the free standpoint, it's really free to advisors, but the business model is such in which I am enabling a marketplace of financial solutions that advisors can use to present to their clients. So from that sense, in a similar manner that VEO, if you will, is free to advisors because ultimately it facilitates a trade, well, from my standpoint, there really is no wealth management solution, and advisors do, to some extent, it's a very unsystematic process to coordinate the underlying services beyond just trading, such as insurance, mortgages, cash management, things along those lines that as a wealth manager we're expected to do. And the thinking is, well, frankly, as opposed to getting on a retail site and trying to figure out information, why don't we embed that into the financial planning and create a marketplace for contextually relevant solutions that advisors are served up that can serve their clients' needs effectively. And on that end, those providers will pay for the service. And so if I can provide this free for advisors, and the benefit to them is that, frankly, advisors that have never considered planning can begin to do so and provide better services to their clients. Advisors that are starting out can begin to explore even the planning and getting beyond investment centric, since the value proposition is shifting towards the wealth management model. And from that standpoint, I also want to leverage another important piece, and that's the network effects of the advisors. There's a fraternity among advisors. We're always trying to find out, hey, what are we doing for this? What are we doing for that? That's evidenced through all the study groups that we're doing. That's evidenced through you walk through the conferences and everyone's just chit-chatting in the hallways. And so by providing this for free, I can, again, leverage the network effects of advisors on the system and then create a knowledge base, if you will, of that information in which advisors can select certain advisors that they may want to follow from a financial planning standpoint, and that can signal what they should be doing for certain clients. And this is the model that enables that the best.
So there are already some good choices that advisors have in the planning space. There's Money Guide Pro, Naviplan, Money Tree. Where do you think inStream fits in? Is it a complement to some of those existing platforms, or do you think it will eventually become a replacement to those?
I think ultimately the replacement complement question becomes, it's a workflow issue relative to the client and how they view the planning process. From my standpoint, the way I view it is more of a philosophical change. I don't necessarily provide better math in the Monte Carlo or provide better division in the Social Security benefit piece of it. It's really one in which, if you're an advisor and if your value proposition is one in which you're guiding a client proactively through a financial life cycle of decisions, and that ultimately means that the planning process is dynamic and it's every day, then I think philosophically you pull towards an inStream solution. Whether it's me or some other one that's going to do it, you'll pull for this side. If you view planning as, you come in for a meeting and 2 weeks before the meeting you get the paperwork together and you do the plan and it tends to be more event driven, well then stick with Money Guide Pro. It's a great product. Stick with Financial Logic. It's a great product. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's more from a philosophy standpoint. If you feel that planning should be a proactive, ongoing, dynamic event, then I think ultimately those temperaments will pull towards an inStream solution.
Oh, you got me interested, and I'm sure for advisors that are watching this that are interested in trying the platform, where can they find more information? Where can they sign up and experiment with inStream?
Sure. Well, you simply go to www.instreamwealth.com, and in the top right-hand corner, there's a sign-up button, and it's as simple as that. You can be up and running in about 30 seconds, as long as it takes you to fill out your name and so forth. And we have every 2 weeks we have seminars, and feel free to jump on one of those seminars. And if not, feel free to email me directly, alex@instreamwealth.com. At the very least, just see if I'll answer back. But it's as easy as that, Bill.
Excellent, excellent. Alex, thank you very much for taking time out of the conference schedule and helping inform me and our viewers about inStream, and I think how it can move the financial planning software platforms forward.
I appreciate it, Bill.
Thank you very much.
All right, man.